Hello friends, this is Satvinder Bhatia from Sukhmani Immigration Services, Brampton, Canada. I'm a regulated and licensed Canadian immigration consultant. Today, I'm sharing a great news with you. What is the news? What are the details? I will share everything with you. But before that, a request, if you are new to the channel and have not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. We talk a lot about Canadian immigration news, update, tips and tricks on this channel. If you like the video, please share it with your family and friends so that they can also benefit. So please press the bell icon. That way this video comes to you immediately when we upload. Without further delay, let's get started on this big news. And this big news is about that Canadian government and IRCC has approved PTE. What is PTE? PTE is a language test. I'll go in all the details about that, but let's first share the news. So here is the news from the government website. So clearly saying that government has approved PTE as an immigration test. So the same news is also there on PTE website. So I'm showing you the news from two different websites, government website and PTE website. From the PTE website, it says Pearson English Language Proficiency Test receives approval from Canadian Economic Immigration, for Canadian Economic Immigration purposes. So now a question. Many people are always so scared about IELTS. They ask why language testing is needed. Why is it required? And my answer is because you need language testing because you are moving from one place to another place. You need to integrate into the new society, into the new community. You have to work there. To work effectively, you have to communicate. You have to communicate with people from different nationalities. So you may have people from many nationalities. Almost Canada is a home to almost all nationalities in the world. So how will you communicate? English is just like a bridge. It's a common language. So you need English. Then you need to participate in the daily life. You may have to commute. You have to take a bus, you have to take a train, you have to go for shopping. How will you do that without English? How will you go to Tim Hortons and order? You can't even order there on the Tim Hortons. So, plus you have to engage in the social, economic and cultural life here. So how will you get yourself engaged? And you need to adapt this new culture. And to adapt a new culture, English is a key prerequisite. That is why English is tested. So with that information, English, this language testing is used not just for immigration purposes. Language testing is also used for higher studies. So if you are coming from back home with grade 12th and you want to do diploma, degree, graduation, post-graduation or even PhD, you need to show that you have the required English skills, and that is required in studies as well as in immigration and citizenship purposes. Even for the citizenship too, you need to take Canadian citizenship, you need to show that you have the required English skills. Even for, not always, but even some places, for work also, you need to prove that you have the required English skills. So that is why language testing is used for these various areas. Now another important thing is, what are the areas tested? So in a language there are 4 areas and these 4 areas are tested. The first one, which is called the listening, so speaking one. So how efficiently, how fluently you are able to speak. So that is the first area, speaking. The second one, listening. So listening is not just hearing. Listening means you listen to it, you understand. So when someone tells you something, you understand the meaning, listening. And then reading. how effectively you can read. Writing, this is the fourth area. So these four areas are tested in a language testing exam. Now, the other important thing, so type of language test. So IRCC don't take your test. IRCC has designated third party agencies to take the test. And these third party agencies are, since Canada has two languages, one is English and the second one is French. So that is why there are different bodies, different third party agencies. The one very famous third party agency is IELTS. So IELTS is very famous. People are so scared. I daily get this, query. Is there a route that I can come to Canada without IELTS? Normal question. I get daily this question, maybe twice, thrice, 10 times a day. Tell me a route without IELTS. Tell me a way to come to Canada without IELTS. This is a common question. The second, and this testing I am telling you from the immigration perspective. So not from the study perspective. From the immigration perspective, this is a current situation, right? So the current situation is you have two providers for English. One provider is IELTS, the other one is CELPIP. You have two providers for French. One provider is TCF, other is TEF. This is the current situation. Now let's look at the new situation. So new situation for immigration purposes, you will have English, a new provider. Which provider is, this is PTE. So this is a new provider. So now you have three providers, three test taking agencies, third party agencies. The third one is PTE. So this is the new situation. Now a question which is, what exactly is PTE? So PTE is basically an acronym. PTE refers to Pearson Test of English. So they have this company, Pearson Testing. They just don't do English testing. They do many types of testing. They do tests for many other IT related exams and many other types of exams. So, but PTE is their English testing. So Pearson Test of English, short form PTE. It is a computer based test, and right now they have academic test only, which means if you do the test, you can show it to the universities and colleges. This is currently non-STS is acceptable. STS, it is not highly recommended. At least I don't recommend. If somebody wants to come to Canada under STS category, I always recommend go for IELTS. So under non-STS, you can try PTE. PTE is launching a new test for immigration purposes, and this new test is called PTE Essential. PTE Essential is a new test which will be launched for immigration purposes. So already we have IELTS and CELPIP. The third one is PTE, as you have seen from the previous slide. So now what are the benefits? Always people say, okay, I understood, this is a new test for immigration, but what are the benefits? So the first benefit is you will have another option. Currently there are two providers, now there will be three providers. You have another provider, more options. So more options means more dates. More dates means you have better chances. And not just better chances, you will have more testing centers available. So in some countries, CELPIP is not available. So then you have PTE now. You have another option. And most important thing, faster results. So this company promises to show results in 2 days. 2 days, that's it. So that's something very useful for people who are, who are in a rush. PTE can be a great help for them. And another thing, this company, their CEO Andy Bird. So this company has invested quite a bit of money in AI, artificial intelligence, AI technology, and they are using voice recognition softwares, and they are using advanced biometrics. So all these things will give you a better options. So these are the benefits of PTE. And now with this you will say, okay, when is this launching? Well, nobody knows exact date, but IRCC clearly said late 2023. Late 2023 means it could be around October, November, December. So I don't know, and nobody is aware of the date, but date has not been communicated. And also IRCC has not shared whether there is a chart of conversion between the CLB, which is Canadian Language Benchmark, and PTE. So whether it will be same, whether it will be conversion, not shared yet. And one thing which is shared is that it is fully digital test. It will be computer based test, fully digital, faster response. So all this information I shared with you. Stay tuned, and we'll share more information as the update comes. So once again, as I always say, if you need to discuss your own case with us, you can book an appointment. Our one and only office is there in Brampton, and email ID, phone numbers, everything is shared right here with you. Very important thing. If still you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. Our team brings to you this video after lots of effort, and thank you very much for watching the video. Thanks.